Yo, this is SoulDrum86 bringing you another video. Today we're going to be talking about me possibly already being done with this game, man. Um, and that's very unfortunate, man. Now, I'm not going to just like not play this game ever again until they make an update. The game is still fun. You know, the game is still fun, but I don't know, man. It's just lacking in too many areas, man. It's just like I said. It's just really unfortunate, man. I don't know. Um, I was making my concerns in previous videos before this game released. I made my concerns in other people's videos. I would have debates with people in the comment section. Nothing got crazy. We were all civil about it. They were, especially me and this one guy. Like he was very, just saying like, look, all he cares about is if the gameplay is good. And I get that, man. And I'm not gonna say that like people are necessarily lying when they say that. I'm not gonna sit up here and do that. You know what I mean? I don't know you. I don't know you. So I'm gonna take you at your word if you say something like that. But as somebody who's been a gamer, playing games pretty much my whole life, I don't understand how anybody can be okay with what this game is offering right now. And it's odd I'm gonna be honest, it's odd to say that I'm done with the game right now because it's a funner experience than playing 2K. Because the gameplay is awesome. This gameplay is dope. But there's just not enough there. There's the idea of the roster. Well, the roster's really not an issue. They're missing key people, but it's the idea of it being outdated. I don't mind the old arenas being in the game, but for as long as this game took to come out, you would have thought that while they were waiting on the go-ahead to get this game released, that they would find a way to update the arenas. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how long it takes to update the arenas, but I mean, to my knowledge, it doesn't seem like it should have been something that takes a long time. Because it's more cosmetic than anything. It's just like wrestlers' looks. I don't think that it would take necessarily a long time to make Miro bald like how he is. I just that's just my opinion. And I get it. Yeah, this game is gonna have updates throughout its life cycle, but how long do we have to play a game with barely anything to do until they do these updates? How long can we expect these updates to really occur? Because you remember a game that came out not too long ago that was supposed to have updates constantly, and then they ended up giving up on it because it wasn't successful, and that was the Avengers game. This is why it was important for AEW to come out with a fully fledged game, instead of just making the promise to, oh yeah guys, we're gonna continue to update it, don't worry. You know what I mean? So I am a little leery on if we're gonna get these updates or not. It's concerning because when the guy from AEW said it himself in the interview with the dev, and it was some YouTube guy, I can't remember his name, but they said, a lot of the updates, this all is on the heels of how well is this game received, how well is this game gonna do. I'm starting to see more and more comments of people saying that they're gonna wait until this game is on sale, which makes sense because, like I have stated before, this game is not a full price game. And this was supposed to be like a squash match, man. I was making wrestlers to get guys records better. So that's like pretty much what that's why I'm fighting Chimichanga. But yeah, I mean, this game, it's a ton of fun. But as I suspected, you can't just do exhibition and call it a day. That's just not how it works. Oh, really? Like, you can't just do exhibition and call it a day. You can't. And so many people were trying to say in the comment section to other videos, people kept trying to tell me that that's all they need. All they need is for the core gameplay to be good, and they can just play exhibition match and have a ball. The problem with that, and I'll go through it again. I know I made a review video. I've talked about it on my stream. Here's the issue with, continuously doing exhibition matches throughout time. So we got one-on-one, right? Exhibition one-on-one. We have normal, lights out, and falls count anywhere. Both of these matches are fun. Hell, even the normal match is fun. But that's it. That's all. And then you got ladder match, which is a one-on-one experience. But so you pretty much have 5 different types of one-on-one matches because the exploding barbed wire. That's it. 2-on-2 is simply just 2-on-2. How long can you really just play 2-on-2 without doing any kind of variation? No ladder match, no tables match, no tornado tag match, which is a normal match. It's just you don't have to tag in your partner. Everybody is all in the ring. You have 3-way match. There's no variation to the 3-way match. You have a 4-way match. Absolutely no variation. Now, the thing that's interesting is that when you play Road to Elite, there are variation of matches that you can't get in the regular menu. So for people who say things like, oh, well, it's their first game. Well, they're building a game from the ground up. It's very difficult to do, yada, yada, yada. It's not difficult to do. It's not like these developers it's their first time making a game. They didn't just take somebody like right out of college and say, hey, you want to work on AEW Fight Forever? No, these are people that know what they're doing. I get that they built this game from the ground up, but that doesn't mean that you can't have the simple basics in the game. That's the issue. You can't just be like, oh, well, this is it. And for $60 and for $70, if you pay for the Elite Edition, Casino Battle Royale has 2 different. You have a solo and group for entering the Casino Battle Royale. Exploding barbed wire deathmatch is fun, but it's not anything that you want to continue to go back to. I've done it twice, and I never really feel the need to necessarily go back to do it. And a lot of the times, the reason why I do it is because you can get a lot of blood in that match, just like how you can get a lot of blood in the lights out match. Mini games is something that I don't care for. Fun or not, it's not something that a lot of people wanted in the game. Even people who like the mini games have said that it's not something that they were like, ooh, I'm excited that this is in the game. The custom creations is extremely weak. Custom creations is extremely weak. It's not fun creating a wrestler. It's not fun creating an arena. It's just not. This game is missing. Let me see. This game is missing a lot of tag teams, which is weird because, and this is a part of the problem when it comes to the roster. AEW prides themselves on, ever since the beginning, and it's because of the Young Bucks. They've prided themselves on tag team wrestling because the Young Bucks take tag team wrestling very serious. So from the get-go, one of the things that people would draw comparisons to with WWE was that their tag team wrestling had more of a focus. And that was a big deal. So when you get this game, number one, you have to put FTR and the Hardys together. They're not automatically put together. I thought they would be, but I actually had to look up a video on YouTube, and you can actually get all of FTR stuff. Their music is in there, the Titantron video, all the stuff is there to create FTR, but they're not automatically put together, which is weird. The Hardys aren't as well. You have to put the Hardys together. But minus these, if you don't get these characters, if you just get the base game, all you'll have is the Inner Circle, which is not a thing anymore. You got the Best Friends, you got the Lucha Brothers, you got the Young Bucks, Dark Order, which isn't a thing anymore. You got Death Triangle. We should have had a few more tag teams for a company who prides themselves on tag team wrestling. Just saying. Again, I'm somebody who I don't even there's nothing about this game's graphics that I hate. You know, I see a lot of hate for the graphics, but I'm like, man, that's the least thing that should be worried about is the graphics when it comes to this game. For me, it's everything else. And yes, by the way, I did make a few different jobbers. I'm planning on making some more jobbers just so I can get these guys' stats up. Road to Elite is very disappointing. Coming from a THQ game and their storyline modes, I expected much better than what we got. The little details and Easter eggs inside of Road to Elite, they're good. But overall, you get thrown into a bunch of tag teams. You really don't have the choice for anything. It's just not what I was expecting, man. Like when I played, like, you know, when you play like the SmackDown games, what is it? When you play the SmackDown games season mode back in the day, it felt like you were watching Raw on TV. Having Vince or Eric Bischoff come out to the ring to open up the night, and they're doing, you know, and it's their voice, they're doing the voiceover, which again, like this game doesn't have, which that gets annoying. I'm sorry, that gets annoying. And it's funny because when I play My Rise in 2K23, you can hear the dialogue, but you also have the text. It's funny because I read the text as I'm listening to the dialogue, but yet it's so boring to just read the dialogue and not hear it. It's like, you guys could have done better, man. You guys could have done better. I love the sound effects to this game. It's like I'm doing a re-review of this game, but I have to because I'm already bored, man. This game came out Wednesday. It's Saturday, and I'm already bored. I didn't feel the boredom Thursday. I didn't feel the boredom Friday after work. I played a little bit before me and my wife left to, you know, do our thing. I was optimistic about, like, okay, maybe I can enjoy this game without the match types and without the modes because it is a ton of fun. I was like, maybe I can. Nah, it turns out I can't. I can't. I think the animations are good. The animations are what I expected. And again, a lot of people, they keep talking about No Mercy. Nah, this game is only compared to No Mercy because it's a wrestling game. But look at video online of Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York. You will see that this is a reskin of that. The animations, all of it. Like, this is a reskin of Def Jam. And that's not a bad thing, and I've only seen one other video talk about that like me. There's only been one other video that I saw where a guy said, yeah, this is more like Def Jam than anything. This is not, this is really not like No Mercy, other than the fact that, like, there's like the gameplay and the controls, because the Aki engine was also used in Def Jam, but this moves and animates more like Def Jam. Speaking of Def Jam, I think Def Jam was a funner experience to play with when you were done with the story part of that game, because I think most of it was extremely fun being hip hop artists and fighting like this. So there was a big draw to being your, if you had your favorite rapper in that game, there was a big draw to that. So, Oh, come on. What? Here we go. Aw. But yeah, as of right now, man, I haven't finished Road to Elite because it's been underwhelming. It's definitely not what I expected. I don't know. I hate to make this video because I know that there's going to be people that see this video, they're going to disagree, and that's fine. I think if you're enjoying the game, that's dope. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. For as much money as this game costs, you better be enjoying the game. I would love to enjoy the game, like to where I don't feel, gypped. But I personally, I can't. I can't even feel like that. That's what sucks. I tried. Let's go. Here we go. Man, I really don't mind the graphics. Every time I look at this game, man, I think it looks good. I think when you're a fan of AEW, it's fun being able to use these characters authentically and not from community creations in WWE. I think that there's something about that. When you love this product and you're a fan of AEW, there is something about, man, I'm finally getting to use MJF. It's actually MJF. It has his entrance music. It's got his actual face scan and this, and it's fun using John Moxley and CM Punk and hearing their name be called and stuff like that. Like, I think that's cool. And I don't want to do a 3-way match right now. We're gonna do another normal match. Like, again, right now, I'm just trying to get guys' stats up. Like, again, I'm not done with the game. I'm not completely I'm not completely over it, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man. Hey, come on. Let's see. Where is, where? Oh, here she is. All right. I think something that I didn't really talk about enough on my review was the fact that there's no oh my gosh, you can't customize what the wrestlers look like. And that was told to us. They did a lot of lip service. Kenny Omega said there'd be crossplay. There's no crossplay. If anybody remembers, I did not mean for this to be for the TBS championship. I'll beat her anyway. But Kenny Omega said there'd be crossplay. There's no crossplay. The guy, when they first streamed this game, one of the developers of THQ said you can edit the wrestlers. He's not wrong. You can take John Moxley and edit him, but you can only change what they're going to wear in their entrance. You can't change the color of their ring attire. So, like, if you want to make Chris Statlander look like how she looks now, getting rid of that green that you see, you can't do that. You can't make her wear the black. You can't make her even remotely resemble what she looks like now. And that sucks. It does. That blows, man. It's like, what were you guys doing, man? Like, if this game is supposed to be like No Mercy allowed for that. I used to do it all the time. WCW versus NWO Revenge, I believe, even allowed for that. Everybody keeps talking about, oh, they're going for the more arcade experience. It's like No Mercy. And again, No Mercy was not an arcade game. Go back and play that game, or go back and watch somebody play it on YouTube if you don't have it. No Mercy's not a arcade game. Back then, it wasn't even promoted as an arcade game. It's not promoted as that. It's not promoted as that. It was a slow game. This game is much faster, like Def Jam Vendetta. There was No Mercy was definitely a simulation title. It simulated wrestling as best as it could for the technology back then. So it's like, man, like what did they think fans wanted? Now, I remember in that interview, they said that they looked at the analytics when they talked to Tony Khan, the guy Nick, and Kenny Omega, and they were saying like, oh, well, our analytics show that fans want wrestling games like this again. And I was like, yeah, we've been wanting a wrestling game that has these controls for a long time. I agree. But we didn't want a wrestling game to not have any features. We didn't want a wrestling game that didn't have a good creation suite. We didn't want this. We wanted the control, but we wanted so much more. We wanted so much more. You could tell that this game was done because it was supposed to release last year. And you can see that because you can look at how it's so outdated. So again, I just, and I guess along the way there were red flags that I should have known better, or we should have known better. Because it feels like what this game was truly made for was something that Kenny Omega said early on. He said, don't you miss when you could just kind of link up with a friend and play a wrestling game for hours? I remember when he said that on one of the, when they were early on talking about on the AEW Games like YouTube channel, he said that. And I thought about it and I was like, man, you know what? I was like, I think that's really what they went for. They thought that this game would be enough where it's fun, but it's really not for anybody who is a single player offline guy like me. I think this game was definitely made in the vein of like, this is for people who want to play with their friends. This is not for the offline experience. It's simply not. I challenge anybody to not get bored of this game in the next 2 weeks. I challenge anybody. Because the gameplay is fun, and to a certain extent, the gameplay is addicting. Trust me, guys, off camera, I have tried to do, I've done 3-way matches. I've done 4-way matches. I've done the Casino Battle Royal multiple times. I've done lights out matches, which again, the lights out matches is like some of my favorite things to do in this game. But you get to a point where it's like, okay, this is all I'm doing. I'm a bit bored. It's sad that I've gotten bored of this game faster than 2K. That's the part that's crazy. Now, quick little backstory before this game released. I want to say it was about a week before this game released. I wanted to play a wrestling game because I was getting hyped for it. So I was like, okay, let me play a wrestling game. So I installed WWE 2K23 again. My Rise usually sucks. I can't stand My Rise. But My Rise this year is actually pretty good. And I can't remember if I said this in a video recently, but I'm saying it now. I actually like My Rise. So seeing how good My Rise is for 2K23, it still has its flaws, don't get me wrong, but seeing the My Rise and then playing Road to Elite, it was tough going from one to the other. Even if I never played My Rise, it's not like I would like Road to Elite any better, I had hopes on Road to Elite feeling like Road to WrestleMania because it's called Road to Elite. And they said I've read it in articles. They said that some of the guys who helped make SmackDown versus Raw helped with this game, and they helped with that story part of the game. And it does not feel like it. It doesn't seem like it at all. And again, I'm not trying to rant. I'm getting all of my thoughts out, guys. Like, so if you come to this video and you disagree, try not to get in your feelings, because if you dig the game and everything about the game, that's what's up. I'm not trying to say that, people, I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about people who like the game. I think that it's cool if this is enough for you, but I would challenge if it's all that you can be okay with. I would say that. Like I thought before, like I said before when I was debating with people in the comment section, I was saying I don't know if this game is going to be, I don't know if it's going to live up enough to the expectations, because there's not barely anything to do. Now, mind you, I didn't know that we wouldn't have a bunch of one-on-one matches. I did not know that we weren't going to have two-on-two matches. All we saw was this menu early on. I never saw videos where guys went through this, and I didn't think that it was that before it released. When I watched the leaked gameplay, I was skimming through that video just to see certain things. I didn't want to see everything. I was skimming through, and I was mainly looking for Road to Elite stuff. And I didn't like the way Road to Elite looked then, but I was hoping that, well, maybe if I play Road to Elite, it's going to be different for me. And it's not. It's not. But yeah, man, I don't think that this game is enough for anybody to stay invested in. I don't. That's just my personal opinion. Until they do updates, I don't see how anybody can just be popping in this game. You could pop it in maybe for a little bit, play a couple matches and be done. But then it turns into like, that's how I play 2K. I pop it in for a couple matches and then I'm done. For the first like 2 days, though, I was playing the heck out of this game. Any time that I got the chance, I was playing this game for a long time. I was playing it longer. I was having longer stints of playing this game in a day than I did with 2K. I was even going to bed real late. My wife was getting mad. I was I was going to bed real late playing this. I don't do that with 2K. So that shows how good the gameplay is I was playing this game longer, but over time, when it's like, man, you kind of run out of stuff to do. You got exhibition, online, custom, Road to Elite, challenges, shop. And then for exhibition, you got this. No cage match, no nothing. And then the game is outdated with the old arenas. And you can't even attempt to make the arenas look like the new ones. As a matter of fact, let me go to this real quick. I feel like I can really give you guys one of the best reviews that I could possibly give. Not saying I'm giving the best review of this game. I'm saying that I can give. So I'm going to show you guys something real quick. And this is for the people who don't have the game, what I'm about to show. So when you go to create an arena, right? You choose a template, whatever, Dynamite, whatever. Let me go to ring, right? All right. Corner posts. Oh, wait, not corner post. Turnbuckle covers. All. All right, so I'm about to test something out because I didn't test this out before. So let me go to all. Nope. I can't add anything to these plain turnbuckles. They gotta stay this way. That's come on. Apron. Now, wouldn't it have been cool for this game to give us Forbidden Door apron? Wouldn't it have been cool for the game to give us Battle of the Belts ring apron? Or even though the blood and guts match isn't in the game, maybe they will update it later, and maybe it's not the side-by-side ring. I don't think that this game is big enough to put in like a War Games type match, but Say if they later add cage match, why not give us the option for making a blood and guts? They would still have to put that arena in because, you know, to change the look of what AEW looks like now, but this is it. This is all you get. This is all you get. That's it. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, and I've said this before, not in a video, but I've said this before. Maybe I did say it in my last review. I think if this game was like $30, even $40, this video that you're listening to right now or that you're watching, you wouldn't hear from me. You wouldn't hear this from me. I would be saying, yo, this game is fire. I would say, look, easy 8, 9, or 10 out of 10. This is an easy 8, 9, or 10 out of 10 because it was only $30. So what do you expect? They're going to continue to update the game. Great. We're probably going to get a lot more, but this game should have been $30. This game should not have been $60 or $70. There's no way that you can justify this game being that much. There is absolutely no way that it's outdated for one. All wrestling games are outdated when they come out, but not by this much. 2K23 actually this year was the first time in a long time that a WWE game wasn't so outdated. This is the first time in a long time that a WWE game wasn't outdated. So I get it. I mean, certain things were, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, this was the closest since I think I've been alive watching wrestling and playing wrestling games. This is the most that a game has, like, not missed on, like, a gimmick change or an arena change and stuff like that. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to rain on everybody's parade that loves this game. I hate to do that, but at the same time I got to because I have to be real. This was a game that I was wanting to play often, to put up on my channel often. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to put up gameplay. Especially if I have a topic and I want to talk to you guys about AEW, which I'm planning on doing. I have some things to talk about when it comes to their women's division. I'm going to put up this type of gameplay. But this isn't what I expected for the price that I was paying. This wasn't what I expected. Now, if Road to Elite was dope, and if it was better than SmackDown versus Raw's, season modes and Road to WrestleManias, if it was better than that, man, that's another thing that would make me go a little bit lighter. I would still have irritations on the creation suite. I would still have irritations on the lack of game modes and match types and match variations. But if the Road to Elite was fantastic, and if it was longer, man, I would at least give it a 7 or an 8, even with just that. But this game needed to be cheaper for people to really get on board. And if that guy said that the updates depend on how well this game does, you really have to question, man, how many updates are we going to get? Are we just going to get extra mini games and extra wrestlers? Because you can't just update the wrestlers. Like, they're going to have to give us the new arenas, man. They can't possibly let us sit and be in these old school arenas that they don't. I'm saying old school. These original AEW arenas. Hey, people like me, which there's a lot of people like me. This is one of the reasons why community creations exist in WWE 2K, for the people who love accuracy, for the people who want things to be like what they're watching on TV. People might think that, oh, no, it's no big deal that the game is outdated. Yeah, okay. If you're still watching AEW, it's a big deal that the game is outdated. Trust me. It's a big deal. Even Jon Moxley has different pants. He comes to the ring in a hoodie now. He doesn't come to the ring in that vest. He looks completely different in terms of like what the pants and everything. He's not wearing like what you see in this game. He's wearing something different now. So we got to be real with ourselves, which when hype takes over, when people look at things with rose tinted glasses, it's like people's logic goes out the door. It's like, oh no, this is fantastic. Everything is great. Really? Because I feel like if this was any other game that was lacking this much, you would be all over it. But because this game was so hyped up and because we all wanted it, because we all kept saying, man, when is the release date? 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 We kept saying this over and over and over again. I feel like a lot of people are being stubborn where they're just kind of backing the game blindly and they're just saying like, nope. Mm-mm. None of that matters. Mm-mm. It's good. Mm-mm. Exhibition matches is all I need. For real? Because when you was talking about 2K, you was like, this doesn't have it. You was nitpicking with every other game, not even just wrestling games. You was nitpicking, which is fine. You was nitpicking with every other game, but all of a sudden when it comes to AEW, you got certain fans that are just like, oh no, this is great. They said they were going to update it. They also said they were going to update the Marvel Avengers game. They gave up on that pretty quick. I think AEW kind of shot themselves in the foot. And I hope I'm wrong. I want them to update this game because they need to update it. The first update, as a matter of fact, needs to be big because of what they released. The first update actually has to be pretty big. We don't even have a roadmap to when these updates are going to happen. When is the first update going to happen? When are they going to start implementing gameplay and all this other stuff? When? We don't even know. At least other games will say, oh, they're going to be every this or every couple blah, blah, blah. We don't even know when we're going to get these big updates. So they promised us, but come on, man. We know how to look at promises in this industry. We all know how to look at promises in this industry. So, look, if you guys are okay with playing just regular exhibition matches that don't give you enough variation, by all means, this is the game for you. But if not, I would say wait for a sale. It's not a bad game to own because it is fun, especially if you want that feeling of the old school like fighting styles. But yeah, I'm already bored, man. So thank you guys for tuning in as always, man. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you dig it. If you agree with me, let me know. Put your thoughts. If you disagree, put your thoughts. But yeah, this is Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.